There was once a young man named Aarav who lived in a busy city where sounds never stopped. People rushing, thoughts constantly racing. On the outside his life looked perfect, but on the inside his mind felt like an overcrowded room. Every day he woke up already exhausted. Thoughts pushed and pulled at him. What if I fail? What if I disappoint someone? What if my life never gets better? Even when he sat silently with his morning tea, his mind kept talking. It was like his thoughts were having a conversation without his permission. One day, after a particularly stressful week, Aarav decided to visit the outskirts of the city, somewhere quiet, somewhere he could breathe. A friend had once mentioned an old monk living near the mountains, known for helping people find peace. So Aarav packed a small bag and began his journey. After hours of travel, he reached a tiny monastery surrounded by tall trees, flowing breeze, and an almost magical silence. The moment he stepped inside, he felt something shift. The world slowed down. The monk, an elderly man with a gentle smile and eyes full of calm, looked at Aarav and said, "You look tired, not in your body, but in your mind." Aarav nodded. "I am. My mind never stops. I came here to find peace." The monk smiled and motioned for Aarav to follow him. They walked to a small hut overlooking a beautiful valley. The monk picked up a clay cup and began pouring tea into it. The cup slowly filled, then reached the top, and yet the monk continued pouring. Tea overflowed and spilled everywhere. Aarav quickly said, "Stop. The cup is already full. It can't hold any more." The monk looked at him and replied softly, "And so is your mind." Aarav froze. The monk continued, "You want peace, clarity, answers, happiness, but your mind is already overflowing with worries, fears, overthinking, and noise. How can something new enter when you are already full? First, you must empty your mind." Aarav frowned. "But how do I empty my mind?" The monk sat beside him and said, "Emptying your mind doesn't mean removing everything. It means releasing the things that no longer serve you." He handed Aarav the clay cup. "Every thought is like this cup. If you keep filling it without emptying, it will overflow and create chaos." The monk then asked Aarav to sit and close his eyes. "Focus on your breath," the monk whispered. "Inhale, feel the air entering. Exhale, feel it leaving. Thoughts will come, but do not hold them. Let them pass like clouds." At first his mind was louder than ever. Memories, worries, random images, everything came rushing. He felt restless. But slowly, as he followed the monk's voice, a strange thing happened. For the first time in years, there was space between his thoughts. A little gap. A moment of nothingness. A moment of peace. The monk spoke gently. "You see, your mind is not your enemy. It is only crowded. When you create space, peace naturally enters." After their session, the monk gave Aarav a simple exercise. Every day, spend just 5 minutes doing nothing, no phone, no talking, no thinking, just breathing. These 5 minutes will slowly empty years of noise. Each day his mind grew lighter. Before leaving, Aarav asked, "Master, what if the noise returns? What if my mind becomes heavy again?" The monk smiled. "It will. That is natural. The goal is not to keep the mind empty forever. The goal is to know how to empty it whenever it gets full. Peace is not a permanent destination. Peace is a practice." Aarav bowed in gratitude and walked back toward the city. The world had not changed, but he had when he returned to his busy life. The noise was still there, the traffic, the deadlines, the responsibilities. But now, whenever his thoughts became too loud, he remembered the monk's words. He would pause for a moment and let go. Slowly, his life transformed. People around him began asking, "What changed? What's your secret?" Aarav simply replied, "I learned how to empty my mind and fill it again with only what matters."